What is up, YouTube? Last of Guy here, and today I'm going to show you a profile for my Heraldic Beast Barian deck. I saw all the things that you wanted on my... I saw all the things that you saw on my Gravekeeper. I saw all the things that you saw on my edited Gravekeeper. So now I'm going to show you this. Please tell me what you think in the comments below. Alright, let's get started. I don't know if you can see this very well, but I run 3 Goblinberg. When it's summoned, it lets you summon a level 4 from your hand, so it's really easy to Xyz summon with it. Another card that's easy to summon is 3 Kage Tokage. Pretty self-explanatory. Now for attacks, I play 2 Gentlelander. Now what this card does is that when an opponent's monster declares an attack, it does not have to be a direct attack, it can be to a monster. And you can play this guy, and it's the only monster your opponent can attack. But you can only do it for 1 attack. You can't just be like, okay, I'll drop two Gentlelander for 1 attack. It doesn't work that way. And then I play 2 Tour Guide. It's a nice first turn open play to get out of, you know. I'm not gonna say it spoils the whole video. 2 Summoner Monk. You know, pretty self-explanatory. And then onto the Heraldic Beast. 3 Leo. You have to be an idiot not to run 3 Leo in this deck. He's your search engine, he's your Xyzer, he's very powerful. So the only really card that I think that can fuck him up is cards that affect the graveyard. So we're now into 3 Heraldic Beast Aberconway. It's a very nice card. If it's in the graveyard with the number Aberconway, you can banish 1 and get out any Heraldic Beast in your grave back into your hand. So it's nice if it's in the grave. And then 3 Heraldic Beast Basilisk. He's good if you're playing a very heavy deck, a very big power deck like Bujin's Fire Fist. He's not really that good against Ghost Tricks. Unless your opponent doesn't have Ghost Trick Mansion or whatever the fuck the field spell name is now. But after damage calculation, when an opponent's monster... after damage calculation, destroy any monster that battles this card. Okay. Then we have 2 Heraldic Beast Unicorn. This is to get the Psychics, because it's like... When you banish a Heraldic... Or when you banish this card, you can summon any Psychic Xyz in your graveyard. And then its effects are negated. It's good if I have my Barian in my hand and I can get out like Heraldry Crest or something. Then okay, I get a monster for free, so that's pretty nice. And last but not least, we have 1 Heraldic Beast Twin-Headed Eagle. I'm gonna try and get more of him. He's really helpful in a very tight spot where like Utopia needs Xyz material, Utopia Ravy, or something like that needs Xyz material. He's my guy. And that is it for the monsters in my deck. We'll go into the spells. I play 3 ranked up Magic Barian's Force. Now, some of you might be thinking that's a little overkill, but really I only need 2. But the 3rd one, I've always got a Summoner Monk. I always have a very high chance of getting out my Summoner Monk. So, very good. I've got 2 Mystical Space Typhoon. Pretty self-explanatory. It's very nice. This deck is very nice against like Fire Fist when all they do is blow up your shit, and it's like, okay, I'm not letting that happen anymore, no more. Okay, 1 Forbidden Lance and 1 Dark Hole. I mean, they're pretty self-explanatory. This card has helped me win a few games. Now this card has helped me win a lot of games. It's like I'll just destroy everything, Unicorn, Barian Force. Okay, I win. Now on to my 3 Heraldry Reborn cards. Once again, helpful in a tight spot. Unless your opponent has Vanity's Emptiness on the field and they're like totally screwing you over, then very good. Or something that negates special something. Any Vanity's card, I guess you should say. So, 2 Advanced Heraldry Art. I'm not gonna run 3 too much time. Besides, I'd always have a chance. It's like, I mean, The odds of my Summoner Monk going to the grave are very slim, but it's nice because then I can use both of them, and if I have both of them in my hand, I can use them in a tight spot. And that is it for the spells. Now we're going into the trap cards. I play 2 Heraldry Change. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can special summon any Heraldic Beast in your hand and end the battle phase. We have 2 Call of the Haunted. Pretty self-explanatory. Gets out a monster. Once again, this is like a unicorn. You can get out of Utopia or Heraldry Crest and rank it up. We run 1 Mirror Force. Some of you are thinking, why not run 2? I only have 1. My other one's in my Mermail deck, and I want it to stay there. And then last but not least, we have one of my favorite traps, Memory Loss. This is very good. It's very good against a lot of, like, I don't want to say, you know, special summoning, or not that, it's pretty much good against any deck. It can, if your opponent's monster is using an effect, and they're in attack mode, you can use this card, negate that effect, and switch them to defense, for as long as they're, oh no, it just changes to defense positions. It's like, they don't get their effect though, so, but they have to be on the field, so. That's it for the main deck of Heraldic Beasts. Now we're going into the extra deck. Yes, I run Magic, so please deal with it. Let's see here. We have 1 Zen Mines. You know, that's my tour guide's in here, so it's very nice in a tight spot. We run 1 Maze Stroke. This card, I never really used it, unless I really had to, unless all my other Xyz monsters were in the graveyard. I tried to get out something else first. But now I realize that I can get this guy out first, and I can stay in the game a lot longer than if I got out a different monster. Kachikochi. Now, some of you may be unfamiliar with this card, but what this card does is that once per turn, if this card destroys a monster in battle and sends it to the graveyard, and you can detach an Xyz material and it can attack again. So we have number 50. Pretty self-explanatory. Then this guy, Fairy King Abevedic. Some of you guys might not know what he does, so I'll explain it. He requires 2 level 4 Earth monsters, and once per turn you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card. All non-Earth monsters on the field currently lose 500 attack and defense points. Thank you, Konami. King of the Feral Imps. Pretty self-explanatory. You can get out your Gentlemander, and you can get out your Kage. So if your opponent's playing a very heavy attack deck, well then guess what? I'm gonna stop you. 2 Utopias. Must I explain? No, I do not. Now this card you might debate me about. I run 1 Utopia Ray. Now it's like, this is good on some occasions. If I'm at really low life points, let's say like 800 or something, I got Call of the Haunted, I can use that, get back out my Utopia, and then use Utopia Ray. Otherwise, I'm not going to use him that much, but he's too good of a card to not put in the sideboard, so. And then we have 2 number 69 Heraldry Crests. I guess I can like explain his effect a little bit. When he's Xyz summoned, or I think it's Xyz, yeah. When this card is special summoned, negate the effects of all other Xyz monsters. And then once per turn, you can detach an Xyz material. You can target 1 Xyz monster. Heraldry Crest will get that monster's name. Yeah, we'll get the original effect and the name until the end of the turn. So. And now, 4 cards left. I have 2, number Chaos 39, Utopia Ray V. This card's so good. You don't need to debate with me, it's really, really good. So what this card does is that, when this card is destroyed, if it's on your side of the field, you can take any Xyz monster in your graveyard and put it back in your extra deck. And then if I rank it up with a Utopia as Xyz material, once per turn, if I can detach an Xyz material to destroy a monster, and then the opponent takes damage. Well, I have to destroy an opponent's monster, and the opponent will take damage equal to that monster's attack points. and it still gets its original attack. So there's no downside to using that effect. Unless your opponent effect failures you, or decides to like do some weird destroyer shit. It's like, okay, you do that. And everyone like, E-Heroes? Okay, Super Poly. That would totally fuck me over, but I played 2, number Chaos 69, Heraldry Crest of Horror. When your opponent's monster declares an attack, you can destroy all cards they control. And then if it has Heraldry Crest in its Xyz material, you can detach 1 Xyz material, target an Xyz monster your opponent controls. It will gain its original attack, and it will gain its name and effect. There is no downside to running that card. There is almost none. And I don't run a sideboard, so I don't have to show you that. Well, that's my Heraldic Beast Barian deck. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and as always, be a better player.